It's 7 Central.
The Mullets are bringing good hair to television.
Makes me feel like Ryan.
This is Rich Johnson. We have a new tropical depression in the Atlantic. The Hurricane Center sent out an advisory 20 minutes, half an hour ago, and they decided to upgrade this disturbance to a tropical depression 15 as of 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It was centered 29.5 north, 61.0 west. That's about 295 miles southeast of Bermuda. Top sustained winds 35. 40 again is usually the number. It's rounded off for the tropical storm force, officially 39, but always rounded off to 40. For you in Bermuda that might be concerned about this tropical low here, right now we're looking at it moving northeast, so it would take it well east of Bermuda. Here's our satellite photograph, and there's the tropical system. There's Bermuda clearly. You can see it's good ways off to the southeast. If you look closely here, you can tell there's some shearing going on, and by that I mean that when you look at the atmosphere, the higher up you go, sometimes you get some of these stronger winds and sort of strip some of the convection or the rain showers from that circulation center. Here's the circulation center right in through here. Still quite a few heavy showers and storms off to the north and back over toward the eastern semicircle here. So we have a tropical depression here. We're expecting it to make its way northeast off to the east of Bermuda. What else is going on? Tropical depression 15 right there. Interesting tropical wave out toward the middle of the Atlantic between Africa and the Lesser Antilles. Also a flare-up of showers and storms back over toward the Caribbean Sea. So lots going on here. You can see this one little cluster here north of, actually northeast of Honduras, between Honduras and the Caymans. A few showers, a few thunderstorms, a potential area for some development, but not expecting anything immediate. Aloft, there's actually a large area high pressure, so the conditions may be a little bit favorable for some development. Off to the north, cluster of thunderstorms in the Gulf of Mexico. Not expecting any development. We actually have some pretty strong winds aloft blowing through that area. The rest of the islands actually are looking pretty good. Just an occasional squall heading back over toward the leewards. Closer view of the Gulf of Mexico. Again, it looks pretty impressive on our satellite photograph. A nice cluster here, but the winds are blowing from generally a west direction, so we're not expecting any development of that cluster. And back over toward the leewards, back over toward Antigua, back up toward Barbuda, occasional showers and thunderstorms. Not looking for any development with that little feature either. In fact, as we check the radar, just an occasional shower out there, nothing big. Now, back over toward the coast of Africa, about halfway in between Africa and back over to the islands, tropical wave here. And looking at the picture here, you can see the anticyclonic spiral, the winds aloft by looking at the clouds. So we do believe that there is potential for this tropical wave here to develop, although the winds off to the west here are slightly less favorable for development. Still, the structure here, showers and storms pretty active. We think that may be a possibility. Plenty of time to watch it. Over toward the coast of Mexico, nothing really that important. Of course, Marty moisture still back over toward Arizona, New Mexico, and right back into West Texas. Some of the heavy showers and occasional thunderstorms building up. Over to Phoenix, one or two showers right back into New Mexico. And actually some of the heavier showers all the way eastward back into West Texas. Into West Texas, some heavy rain has fallen. West Texas, some of the rainfall totals have been estimated by the Doppler radar. Some of the estimates here, in excess of 4 inches. So, of course, yesterday we saw some of the moisture into Arizona and New Mexico. That still lingers, but now into West Texas we're getting rain. Elsewhere around the country, we have this strong cold front diving southward, so temperatures are considerably cooler behind the front. Still mild ahead of the cold front. This is going to be the first in a couple of fronts that will be dropping down through the country over the next 3 to 5 days. It really should bring some cooler air southward, especially right through the Central Plains. Later today, well, there could be a few thunderstorms building over to the northeastern United States. Back coming up next year at the Weather Channel, we'll keep an eye on these showers, this line of showers and possibly thunderstorms that may affect Boston and New York City.
So
So what did the doctor say?
He said the reason that I'm having trouble getting around is pain from arthritis.
Really?
He said to get moving again, I should take a leave.
But we've always taken Tylenol.
I know, but the doctor said that nothing is better than Aleve.
Doctors know Aleve can stop pain all day with fewer pills. And Aleve works right at the site of arthritis.
So how's the Aleve working?
Like a charm.
Expect fair skies Saturday through Monday with temperatures in the 70s on Saturday.
It is now 10 minutes before the top of the hour and time for the tropical update. I'm meteorologist Carl Parker. Let's start you off with some climatology and take a look at the season overall and when things really start to ramp up. That's primarily around the beginning of September, the latter part of August. So we are now past the peak of hurricane season, and it's beginning to really drop off quickly, although notice here there is a secondary little maximum in October, and those storms are generally found in the Caribbean and also in the Gulf of Mexico. Right now we're watching a couple of features in the Atlantic. One is right here. That is Tropical Depression number 16, a brand new tropical depression, and here we have a brand new tropical storm. That is Juan, very close now to Bermuda. Here, of course, is the U.S., there's the Caribbean, South America, and then right over here is Africa. So here's the latest on Juan. It is now working towards the north-northwest at about 8 miles an hour. The wind's 50 miles an hour, and it should continue along that track and stay just to the east of Bermuda. Tropical storm warnings have been issued for Bermuda. There certainly could be some very squally weather, but we think that the center of the system will stay to the east of the island, and that is very good news indeed. And after that, it probably will not threaten any landmass, so some good news there as well. Tropical Depression 16 off the coast of Africa here is working towards the west, northwest at about 14 miles an hour. There it is right there, a little bit of a twist. Not a whole lot of convection right near the center. Winds now 35 miles an hour and the pressure 1,008 millibars, and it will be moving into a more favorable area in the next day or so, so it's something that certainly does bear watching, and you can bet that we'll keep our eyes on that. Into the Caribbean we go, and you can see a vigorous upper low here right in this area. Notice that spin right through there. To the east of that upper low, there's an area of disturbed weather in the central part of the Caribbean. That's something that bears watching. With that, we could see some squally weather, some very heavy rain and thunderstorms in the Yucatan in the next couple of days. And then farther northward in the Gulf of Mexico, there's a trough here, a little easterly wave, or rather westerly wave, and along with that we've got some very heavy rain, convection offshore. In addition to the sea breezes here, it's been a very wet day across Florida, and there will be more of the same through tonight, through tomorrow, and right through the weekend as well. A lot of wet weather across the Sunshine State. And finally, south and west of Mexico, not a whole lot going on here. Things are pretty quiet, just some convection well offshore and moving along towards the west. Quick check on the U.S. for you, and once again across Florida with that little wave and the sea breezes, a lot of heavy rain today. Some of the heavier rains and thunderstorms now occurring right into the northern part of the state around Gainesville and Ocala, across 95 and across 75. More rain here around Orlando, down I-4. Notice this big batch of showers and storms now to the west of Tampa and working eastward, so it looks like it's going to be very wet indeed in Tampa. It is right now, but even heavier rain and thunder is offshore and moving in. And we've got more wet weather farther southward and into the southern part of the state. Quick check on Texas for you, and we've got an upper disturbance here, mid-level disturbance. This is what is left of Hurricane Marty. That moved into Mexico and the southwest and is now traveling eastward, and along with that some very heavy rain is falling, so flood watches are in effect in the central part of the state, and we expect fair